Before we begin, I want to make a quick mention that this particular video, its production is a little bit different, as the editing this time around is being done by Violet Phantom. Now, no, I'm not done editing my videos, but for this particular one, I figured I'd bring her along. So, special thanks to her, and also I will be having her co-edit certain future videos. Although, again, I will still be primary editor. Anyways, please enjoy. Gobble Fantasy 2003 is a mashup between a dog-collecting maze game and a turn-based RPG, with a heavy coating of the surreal and the horror. Sounds interesting, does it? Well, it's certainly up my alley, that's for sure. And while I really do not want to sell it off of its similarities to a certain other series and constantly compare it to said series, I can definitely see this being up the alley of anyone who's been clamoring for a new single-player maze game, or even those few who've wanted to see this type of game done as an RPG. That said, Gobble Fantasy is a game with its own strong identity through its strange and charming world, esoteric nature, as well as how it applies RPG sensibilities into a maze game. And on that last note, maze games like this are about being thorough with your environment and getting the most out of it. And Gobble Fantasy is pretty much this, exploring these maps to gobble up all the candies as well as finding additional goodies, and the level design plays into this. Feeling pretty tight and compact, but with some nooks and crannies and a lot to play around with. This element of thoroughness is expanded upon with immense tangibility through extra layers of interaction. Like in the maze section in the middle portion of the demo, there's a loving couple you have to save from a pack of seagulls, to which you need to circle around one of the googly-eyed cubes to break it, revealing a cubic candy that transforms you and allows you to break and save the adoring couple. You'll also run into this couple later on in the Kickling village, and they'll even jump in and aid you during the big boss fight at the end. There's a part where your eyes and mouth fall off and you have to chase them down. You'll run into this guy who will challenge you to a rock paper scissors battle, which leads you to learn rock paper scissors abilities you can use during combat. You'll earn the ability to search through weeds to find items, which even leads to the aforementioned boss battle. There's also the more horror-adjacent interactions, like this trail-following challenge that'll jump scare you if you fall off the trail, or this one segment where you're being chased by this large individual that'll squeeze you to death if it catches you. Like, keep in mind, this demo is 20 to 30 minutes in length, and yet there's so much to it. There's just a strong sense of playfulness to this game. Many of these interactions are on the beaten path, while some are put on the side for you to venture and find for yourself, playing into that sense of thoroughness. Also, the arcade-like maze segments are pretty good too, having enemies that can be tricky to dodge and are competently designed, and a power pellet equivalent that shifts the power dynamic in your favor, but not to a stupid degree. Though I do wish there could have been some emphasis on score, but who knows if that'll work with the game's scope. Though the idea of your performance in these mazes determining how much EXP you get is an idea worth exploring. Either way, these are still good, and thank God, the level design is also good too. There's an optional candy munching segment against a singular enemy who's really tricky to dodge. There's even a rank at the end. It's kinda tough, but some good stuff. And lastly, you have the turn-based combat. It's standard fare, but still really solid, with a strong emphasis on management of you and your party, and the fight itself has some great escalation, with some surprises here and there. And throughout all of this, the demo is littered with various interesting characters, from the endearing couple of Palm and Molando, the dickish Grumeo, the amorous house, the various Kicklings, including the champion, who's a sore loser, a two-headed Dragonetta, whose two heads argue with each other, and of course our good buddy Francisco. So many neat little characters with neat little designs, and some interesting interactions. Through it all is writing and dialogue that's very natural, and never tries too hard to be funny, and there are a couple of bits that got me, like with the weeds you can check. Some won't have items, some will, but there are a few for a second the game will make you think there's nothing, and then it'll be like, wait, never mind, there's actually something here. It's funny in a way that's so subtle, and I also found the whole rock, paper, scissors bit to be really funny too. There's also some crude and innuendo-based humor that never goes too far, and while I don't find it particularly scary, well, not yet at least, it's never trying too hard to the point of being corny. In fact, it does have some effective imagery, with some unsettling bits of atmosphere. This game really blends a quirky and nice tone with an underbelly of darkness and uncertainty, and tying it all together is a level of mystery with all those loose ends, like the spaceship or the visions that Noel and Francisco see upon eating the candy, and of course, all the weird cryptic stuff. Really, just all of this makes me want to explore this world more, to see what more crazy scenarios play out, to see what lurks further into the shadows. Also, Noel is such an all-timer character design. He's such a peak little guy. I'm looking forward to experiencing more of what this game has to offer, and thankfully it seems that the Kickstarter is... well, would you look at that? It's far surpassed its goal, with only less than a week left to go as of recording. Quite Gobble-tastic if I do say so myself. Now, let me be clear, I wasn't going to tell you that you needed to back it, rather my intent was to give you the information and let you decide from there. That said, even though it's way beyond funded, I'll still link the Kickstarter in the description if you still want to back it. In fact, the demo link is in the Kickstarter for those who want to try it. I still want to back it myself, but I'm not sure if I even can. Whether I do or do not, the game's still happening anyway, and that's awesome. Anyways, with all that said, I quite like the demo a lot, and I do indeed look forward to the full game. Until next time, I will see you all later.